All right, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we are going to quickly review and talk about the Captain Marvel trailer. I'm super excited about this. Marvel has done such a great job over the years creating this pantheon of superheroes and really sticking to the source material. So for them to finally come out with a female superhero that at this point in time where Infinity War is kind of in the second stage is, to me, very, very exciting. To be honest, I know very little of Captain Marvel, although I am a huge comic book nerd. The little bit that I recall, and maybe this will come out, during the story or whatever, but from what I remember, she died, and that's why she wasn't present in a lot of the comics. And I think in one rendition of the comics, Rogue actually stole her powers by accident. And as a matter of fact, in the 1990s version of the X-Men cartoon, they played it out like Rogue was deceived by Mystique, who was pretending to be her mom, and tricked her into taking Captain Marvel's powers. But in so doing that, Rogue ended up stealing not just her powers, but her whole personality. Obviously, they could do something like that now that they have the Fox rights. Now Disney now owns Fox, so essentially they have X-Men back. But I don't think they're going to go that route. Really quick, I do want to talk about a couple other things. I don't want this to be a very long video. Here we see Nick Fury. He's younger. He's still got his two eyes. So I'm wondering if they're going to show us how he lost his eye. That would be cool to see that. He's a little bit more trusting now. We also see, boom, right there. She punches this old lady in the train, and then they get into a fight. And the old lady has some surprising powers. That's because if you didn't know this already, she is a Skrull. Now, Skrulls are essentially shapeshifters that can take the form of other beings. So this is going to be very interesting how this plays out. Another thing that they talk about during the trailer is you can hear a woman's voice basically saying that the Kree took Captain Marvel when she was young and I guess instilled her with their genetics or something, their blood. I think maybe that's what that blood transfusion thing was, and to make her live longer and be more powerful. So I'm wondering, again, I'm not super up to date on Captain Marvel's backstory, but I'm wondering if that's sticking to source material or something that they're making for this particular thing. Also, right there in that clip, you saw it looks like she has a helmet that's very similar to Star-Lord's. It's like a nanotechnology that can appear and disappear at will. But the reason why I brought up this alien race, like genetically modifying her, is because it looks like in her past, she was some sort of fighter pilot, and then, she's lost her memory or something through some sort of event. Now, what I'm interested in seeing is if there's going to be a time travel aspect to this story, which would be super cool. Never know how that's going to play out, but if maybe she's actually from the future, went back to the past, and then goes to the future. So, Back to the Future. I'm just speculating here. I don't know. It would be super cool. No matter what, though, as we start to see her powers, she looks like a freaking badass. And that's one thing I do remember from the comics is that Captain Marvel had some of the best powers. If I recall, and this is probably not the best analogy, but she's basically the Superman of the Marvel Universe, except she's a female. And but she has some pretty crazy powers. And interestingly enough, when we get to the end of the trailer, you see her. You've seen it a couple times already. She has this sunburst type of power. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. Actually, it's even more intense than that. Anyways, when we get there, I'll kind of point it out. But it reminds me of the character Starfire from DC Comics, another female character who, like Superman, I think they get their power from the sun. But anyways, I'm really excited about this. I'm glad that they're adding a new superhero to the mix. And with my expectations of how Infinity War is going to play out in Endgame, which I'm going to do a review on that trailer as well, I think that Captain Marvel is going to add a lot to this story. Also, real quick, Jude Law's in this, which I'm hoping he's not the villain, but it would be an interesting choice if he is the villain. I love Jude Law and everything he's in. He's a great actor, so I'm really excited to see where this goes. What about you guys? Any speculations, any thoughts? Go ahead and drop them down in the comments below, and let's discuss. All right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This has been Josh Miss Prime, signing off.